Hello YouTube and welcome back to another outing. We are finally out again and today we're going to a convention called Creative Days. Me and my family really enjoys this convention and we go yearly. So we are here on the last day of this convention and we're just headed into this giant hall of just all kinds of creative stuff. When you head in, they're really good at making sure that you're getting some merch from the convention. You always get a tote bag. You can take some postcards. There's 4 different ones this year. There is even the weekly magazine, and you can take like a knitting magazine as well. So you can really get some merch here if you want to. This is all for free. You get this in the paying price. I didn't grab any of the postcards, but I did grab a tote bag as every year. When you walk in, to the right, we always have the candy shop, and this year, to the left here, we had this sand shop that was really excited. This usually isn't here, and usually isn't even on the convention at all, so I was really excited about this. This is very new, where all kinds of people can just be here the entire day and making sand sculptures. This was really cool. I will be headed here later making some stuff for sure. But we're just walking in. There is a lot of stuff. One of my favorite things is always how much Christmas stuff there is at this point because, well, it's almost done with Halloween, and Halloween is not that big of Denmark in any way, so a lot of Christmas stuff. And for my mom and my grandma, they really like that there is a lot of yarn, so there is a lot of knitting stuff and everything else. But really, whatever you can fathom being creative, it will be here. If you want to knit something, if you want to bake something, if you want to do anything, it will be here for you to buy. I always find it very interesting to see what people are up to, what they're doing, what kind of creative stuff they're figuring out. People are here making jewelries. They're here with their magnets. As you can see, a magnet store over here with different kind of magnets, whatever you want. There's a sewing shop over here where you can learn how to sew in different patterns, new ways. You can get new recipes on your knitting. There is really, if you knit, this is your dream. Or if you do anything with yarn, I personally don't. So for me, that's very boring to look at. And I found a very pretty tree and I was like, oh, that's cute. They do make sure that there's a lot of sitting spaces around the convention right now. This is very early. It's like in the first hour of opening, so it's really empty right in the middle here, where it's more crowded in the first street. As you can see here, there's a sewing shop, as I said, where you can do all kinds of stuff. You can learn new patterns, whatever. This is a very popular shop. As you can see here, it's very crowded. This is Panduro. It's a very creative shop in Denmark, and the reason it's very popular as well is because of the pearls, and the woman standing here in this booth is also the ones making these books for how to make these patterns into pearls. So she signs the books and everything. This is very popular right now and has been for a long time making these. So this is always a very, very crowded place, and you can see there is Christmas stuff. I really wanted to do something like that, but to be honest, I don't have the time. And actually, when I've made something like that, I've had a problem with I don't know where to put it and I can't get it sold. So, but they're so cute. Look at them. And they're even with glitter, and you can decorate your Christmas tree with it. So that's really cool. This was a fun shop that I was like, it's something with like different fabrics, and they made this dress that I thought looked horrendous. But it's art. So, I mean, yes. And as you can see here, there's some Christmas stuff, and I really liked over here, you could make like Christmas heart. We do this a lot, and you could make it with a little cat or a penguin, and I really thought those were so cute. But I feel like it's very hard to actually make those, because you really have to be good at not ripping the paper. Over here, we have more Christmas stuff. This is really what triggers my attention, I gotta say. And even here, you have candles. There was a competition for a store, and you had to guess which store, where the store was located. And this was very easy because the store was actually located very close to me, so I do walk by there fairly often. But that was fun. And over here you can see there's like more sewing. This is different kind of sewing. This is more broader. Like I don't know what it's called in English. And the Danish flags, of course, in the ceiling here because you have to remember where you are. So pretty much we just walk around. I always tend to say that I really don't want to buy something, and I didn't also this year. Here there is like a shop with different baking stuff, how you can make lollies yourself. And here you could sew like a cover for your glasses, which I almost considered doing because I recently got glasses and I always forget my hard cover for them. This one I thought was really good. So there is these workshops everywhere, basically, where you can just sit down, you can make jewelry, you can make something, you can draw, you can sit and decorate chocolate, or over in this corner where we're walking now, you can help build a mini town, which is super cool. So there's a lot of different things that you can do if you have kids to this convention. It's really cool because you can just unload the kids with someone at a booth somewhere, and as long as they stay there, of course, they're not your babysitters, but they can stay there and be creative the entire day while you're walking around doing something else. This was a very fun one. You could donate a furnace to Ukraine, and you could win to get your name on the furnace in someone's home. That was a little bit bizarre for me. I was like, okay, why would I want my name actually on a furnace in Ukraine? Because it was quite expensive as well, so it really didn't seem worth it to me, but I mean, whatever makes you get through. This stand is always one of my favorite ones. They make such funny tote bags and t-shirts. In my family, they're super fan of Pepsi Max, and they have so many tote bags naming Pepsi Max, and they also have like, I like brun sauce and I cannot lie, which is super funny. But my favorite one was definitely this one. Like, I tried to behave proper, but without Pepsi Max, I am a mean bitch. Like, I almost bought that one, but it was literally 15 euros for one tote bag. So even though they have special offers here, many times I find that it's too expensive. Here I was very nice. I asked if I could film her product because I was right up in the face of it, and I really like these things. Like, this is what we call smørrebrød in Denmark, and there was even like a kajke, which is from a childhood, the little frog in the corner there, and there was like sushi rings and stuff. I really thought this was really so good made. Like, this is made of clay and it's so detailed and everything, and I was really impressed. And even here you have a little jar of candies. Like, I was really impressed of how detailed this was, and probably a lot of time went into this, but also in a way I'm like, okay, it's fun, but I don't want smørrebrød on a ring. So, and here was one of the places I mentioned. Here you could sit, and you have to pay for it at these kind of places because you do get the chocolate with your home. But as you can see here, she's sitting here decorating some chocolate, and her over here as well. And yeah, so you get the chocolate with your home, which is super cool. This is another place of those. So basically here you can go and draw, and I always end up here with my sister. This year I actually didn't, because I didn't really like the theme. This year's theme was flowers, and you had to draw like different flower themes and stuff like that. I kind of wasn't into that, so I didn't end up going here this time. And basically we just walked through, and this store I really liked. I liked their hoodie in the back here, the orange one. However, I didn't find a price for it, so yeah. The only prices there was for the onesies. And this is another thing that you can kind of do. So basically everywhere people are trying to sell their products, of course they are. So you can try a lot of products, which is awesome. So here, my sisters are trying like a scrub. They got one with citrus. I usually don't like these so much because my hands gets too oily from it. But basically, you can just wash your hands here. You get some soft skin, super yummy. Very good if you're into that, but that is not really me. But they do a really good job of showing it and giving away a little bit of free product, and they probably get a lot of sold. But the free samples at this store is my favorite. We always go here and these are always here. So this is like, yeah, bowls of either licorice or chocolate with either licorice or something else inside of it. This is like a chocolate bowl with licorice inside with licorice dust on top of it. We go here at least 3 times a day, I gotta admit. And I ended up taking this round one, which was like a chocolate thing, like basically just a licorice with some chocolate inside. Super yummy. It's worth going there quickly before everything is taken. Very good. This place almost brings me trauma. We went back to this specific shop like 6 or 7 times because both of my sisters, well, mostly my elder sister here, kept on wanting to try this sloth machine to get some earrings. Here she got some like egg ones, and she picked some out from a thing that she was allowed to pick from. And another one, she got earrings every time. There was an earring in every one. So we kept on playing this machine. And in the end, my younger sister also ended up being intrigued by this machine. So she also had to tries and ended up getting 2 very pretty earrings. But yeah, we definitely spend a lot of time here. And as I said, it's anything creative. So here's a cow. And then we went to like the place where you can kind of work with different bamboo sticks to make something that you want to make.
Så bjedsmykker derovre. Jeg tror, det er dyresmykker.
This is with the sheeps.
Du har også flere for det.
We got more sheeps. Dem med fårene, de er så nice. Dem kan jeg godt lide. So we're in a competition now. I have a number. And I need to find the other person with the number as well as mine walking around. So I have to look at people mine and see if they have my number. And then I can win something. So it's going to be exciting. We all have a number. And we will see what happens. And this was where we started looking at numbers everywhere. I ended up finding my mom's match actually while looking at people in the dining hall. So actually we ended up finding this woman that had the same number as my mom, and they were the first match of the day. So they got a huge package here. And it was really, really fun because not only did they match their numbers, they had the same name, which was super like beyond anything. But super funny, and I ended up looking at, you can see there's people with numbers around. We ended up looking the entire day, however, I didn't find my number. So throughout the entire convention, you can pretty much go to lectures that helps you with whatever you're doing. I ended up going like halfly to this one. I was a little bit late, so I didn't get a seat, so I only listened from the back. But this is about how to temper your chocolate and what chocolate to use and whatever. But after this, we ended up going actually to a lecture.
Lige meget om det er Bangladesh, eller det er Nord-Norge, eller lille Danmark, eller Canada. Den første, det er balloner. Den anden, det er sæbebobler. Og den tredje, det er slikkepinde.
And here she pretty much went over that there's 3 things in the world that brings instant joy that is proven. And that is 1, balloons, 2, soap bubbles, and 3, which is lollipops. And she has her own store. This is her store called Sugar Pilots, where they make lollies in different kind of thing. And they also make adult lollies. They make gin and tonic lollies, and what she's doing here is a gin has that you have to make the lolly and put down a gin has, and it really goes good with that. So she's putting some basil, I think she mentioned it is, into the thing, and she's basically making lollipops in like 2 seconds on the stage, by the way. So it's like 15 minutes and then she's done, and she's eye measuring everything. So of course this made me want to go make my own lollies, but for right now that's probably not a good idea because I am not good with that kind of thing. But she makes it look really easy. This is a method where you only have everything in the pot and you don't have to do anything, and then you just pour it out to the mold. It's a fairly easy recipe. It's like 200 grams of sugar, some glucose, and some water, and then flavor and everything. She did really good. It was really impressive. Get a lollipop. Spændende. Gæt dig ind på det. Kom ind. Got a lollipop. You got a lollipop. Got a lollipop. And as promised, I went back to the sand pit. I really wanted to spend a lot more time here. I only did this for about 10 minutes, I think so. So this is a bit sped up. I decided to make a cave with a turtle, like 2 turtles inside and a big turtle outside. I did not spend a lot of time with this, as I said, because this position, sitting in this position for me, was so bad to my back, and I barely could do it without feeling a bit faint. Standing up would have been a better idea, but then I had to work on the bigger sculptures. That was like, yeah, not something that I wanted to work on. But I made a little turtle. It's not the most perfect, but then I was also a little bit creative today. Ended up almost breaking his face here also, but I'm just making him come a bit out the sand. And also breaking his foot. But yeah, they're really making the face. But yeah, as I said, I'm just making this. I thought it was a bit funny. I wanted to do that. And the 2 taller one. Then after this, I said to the little kid, can you make this perfect, please? So, and she had a blast. Just making the heck of it. So that's perfect. Here, my 2 sisters decided they wanted to draw, and I met up with them later because I wandered around for a little bit. And I found the shaky machine that was super fun. And here's an eagle. A lot of things happening at once. But yeah, it is creative things. And then we decided to go to a store where we could write to Santa. And of course, I had to write a little wish for Santa. And I wrote that my wish for this year was to live in a van and travel the world, because that is my only wish right now. So let's mail it to Santa and get it out of here so we can get that. And that is pretty much it. That is my day at Creative Days. So I hope you liked to watch along, and I hope that you will be here for next video. Bye!